Israel!
That's going to be the first thing on the cast. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Irongeek Cast number 145, the mostly Irongeekless Irongeek Cast. How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you?
Same old shit, different day. Depression and so forth. Going to go eat Thanksgiving with my brother because he's about the only family member I have living still that's not like not a distant cousin, but who's not a immediate family.
Does he cook some good food?
No, we're going to go out and eat. He just eats a lot of food.
Ah, okay.
I've been trying to get on him about that.
Where are you guys going to eat?
Strangely enough, since I don't really care for turkey, I think we're going to Joe's Crab Shack.
Oh, nice.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm honestly not that big. I love bacon, but I'm not a big turkey person.
I love my grandma
Wrap
dearly,
your,
but
bacon, wrap your turkey in bacon. There
she
you
made
go.
very dry turkey. My mom's cornbread stuffing was pretty good. Grandma was pretty good at things like persimmon pudding and pumpkin pie and that kind of stuff. But when she cooked meat and so forth, she'd have a tendency to overcook it.
Oh, yeah. I like nice juicy meat.
Yeah.
You know, like Jack. Jack loves juicy meat.
Fuck off.
Do you love Jack's juicy meat?
No, Jack loves Jack's juicy meat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can autofilate. Yes.
No, I'm just baking cakes and pies, man.
Is that really what you're doing?
Yeah.
Is cakes and pie?
They're all for him too. There's nobody else coming.
Yeah, that very well could be.
No.
Jack's like, I need to gain some weight quick.
I did Thanksgiving with I did Thanksgiving this Sunday with my girlfriend's family. So tomorrow I'm eating with both my best friends' house, so I'm bringing dishes for both.
Because they can't cook?
No.
Yes, it's kind of customary to bring a little something.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Well,
so
I've only ever gone to
one,
my parents' house for Thanksgiving, so obviously I'm not going to cook there.
Well, I mean, one really likes caramel cake, so I'm making him a double decker one of those, and another one really likes pies. So,
okay, interesting. Jada is actually making me, and I think it just came out of the oven, a keto pumpkin cheesecake.
that sounds good.
Yeah, that'll hopefully be pretty good. So we shall see. And the other day, I actually found a keto pecan pie recipe. So we're going to try that at some point too, because I love pecan pie.
A lot of power to you doing keto, man. That stuff's tough.
Fuck that.
Yeah, it's not that bad as long as you aren't going into it thinking, okay, well, I'm only going to eat meat and eggs and cheese. Yeah, like
we're doing it though. I saw Jada post the picture of what looked really good, but looked like a pain in the ass to make. With some kind of bacon crusted pizza.
Oh, that one was kind of a pain because you had to do the weave. Like the regular crust isn't all that bad that we use. We do it's called a fathead crust, and there's like 2 or 3 cups of mozzarella cheese in it. And then you mix in like almond flour and stuff, and it actually bakes up really good, and it tastes very similar to like a everyday pizza crust.
All right, I'm going to have to get a recipe for that because I like the bacon one looked good, but it just looked like too much trouble.
Yeah, the bacon was a pain in the ass, but it did taste really good. But yeah, whenever you're weaving bacon, that definitely is going to take some time. Plus, with that one, I think you had to cook the bacon maybe for like 20-25 minutes and then put the toppings on. And then it took another. Huh?
And she didn't post the recipe, but I looked it up online later on. Isn't there also a sub layer of like slightly burnt cheese to put inside to keep things from leaking through the bacon?
Oh, there may have been.
I don't want to rain on anybody's parade, but I don't think this is going out live.
Yeah, not yet, at least. I was going to mention that.
All right, YouTube has a thing that says in stream.
No, I'm looking and it says
on your stuff anywhere yet.
Yeah, normally I get a notification when a stream starts on YouTube. Like,
right.
Lets me know.
Right, and right now it's saying that the link that you put is video unavailable.
What?
Rain on anybody's parade, but I don't think this is going
I see it going.
Yeah, not yet, at least. I was going to mention that.
I'm playing it right now.
It has a thing that says in stream.
Are you playing it on YouTube?
Yes.
Do you have it in private mode?
Yes.
Oh shit! Why the hell? Okay.
He was watching private videos.
Yeah.
How the hell did I unprivate it from the live? Shit.
Sorry.
Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, maybe.
Jack, you're such a punk. You always rain on the parade. Man, we're having such a good conversation. Then you had to let Adrian know we weren't live.
All right,
We
now
had good banter and everything.
I know.
And now, all right, it should be public, and I think people can now attach and listen to the beginning. But why did it default to that? I don't remember ever defaulting to private before.
Oh, because
maybe it's because a previous cast had to be made private.
You know what? That is true, and I did do a copy of it. Yes. By the way, folks, be careful what the hell you put up on your screen.
Or just don't share your screens.
No, yeah.
I do not. Okay.
Oh, but yes. Oh, so yesterday and today was interesting. Getting back to how the weeks have been. So yesterday, I don't know what Jada rolled over. It was either, as the mechanic said, a freakishly large nail, a piece of metal, something, but she put a decent sized hole in her tire. So she's with her mom, the two kids, broke down about 35 minutes away from me. So I had to get off a call, finish up a call, go get her while a tow truck took it a half mile and charged $80 to take it a half mile to a service center. And then it was right at closing time. So today we went and got it. And then I went back to that same city. It's called Newark, picked up a door, and then got home, and then drove to another city that's here but close to pick up a old desktop PC just because I need a PCI slot that's not in a server, and I don't have one in this freaking house. And then I got home in time for cast.
Wow, busy bee.
Yeah, it's been just one of those crazy nuts days.
Hey, Israel, do you have a AAA account?
No.
Get one. It's about $50 a year, and they'll give you up to 100 miles tow for free.
Well, no,
I
would recommend the gold package.
Yeah, the gold or above. I have the Premier Plus myself, which gets the 100 miles. Plus, I have an extra. I get a 100-mile tow, and then I have an extra pool of 200 miles that I can use over any number of tows, and that's all covered in the plan. No out of pocket.
Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, now that Jade is here and we have kids, I'm gonna consider doing something extra. I mean, because we have with insurance, I think they cover like $50 towards a tow, so it only costs us like $30 out of pocket. But still, that's freaking absurd. They towed it a half mile, and that was $80.
Well, the reason why I recommend the gold and above is because my mom, she locked her keys in the car, and of course she had the regular basic AAA, so it was somebody with a Slim Jim, and they fucked her lock up.
Oh, okay.
And so with the gold, she gets a locksmith sit out.
Yeah,
that's nice,
and that's usually at no cost too. So any of that stuff. So like if they have to give you gas, if you have to get in your car, change your tire, tow you, it's almost always never at a cost.
Do they carry an air compressor on board?
The mechanics might. You can always ask.
Just for air and tires up and stuff like that.
They probably.
You could probably ask for a mechanic one. They might have someone who does. It's not guaranteed, but I mean, worst case is they'll tell your ass somewhere. And also on that same subject too, if you get your tires, get them to a discount tire, because if you pay that $10 and you get your tire, and you have for the lifetime of the tire, you have roadside damage. So if it gets tire, gets a nail, gets cut, whatever, they replace it for free.
They ought to replace all four, because if you've got 40,000 miles and it gets a nail, you want to be replacing all four and not just one. But that is nice.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm Mr. Sarcasm.
This tire talk is tiring.
I tire of the tiring talk.
So we have a great show this week, right? All this stuff to talk about.
Oh yeah, but how was everybody else's week? Real quick. Oh yeah, and sorry, had a baby. Baby's healthy.
Baby.
Has gained like 2.5 pounds, I think, in 2 weeks, which is amazing. But yeah, perfectly healthy. Way less whiny than my first child. He
Nice.
only whines. New baby only whines whenever he has a mess or is hungry. My first child would whine constantly, and this has been kind of nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but how's Ethan taking it?
Oh, good. He's actually being a really good big brother.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, don't start Windows. Come on. Who wants to start Windows? That new desktop I got, well, new to me. I'm booting off a USB and missed
It
my
ignored your
window of opportunity.
Yeah.
So, Trey, how's your week been?
Who?
Well,
Trez.
Sorry. Yeah.
It's all good. My week's been good, work's been really good this week, and everything's going well in my life. Can't complain.
Nice. That's good. And Jack?
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
Is
Not
what
much
it is.
changing. There's various things I need to do for work that I'm not quite sure exactly how to best do them, and also got in a $240 lockpick tool.
Oh, entered? Or you did get it?
I got it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Actually, I got 2 lockpick tools recently. I got me a JV tool, which is for manipulating latches on the backside of like commercial doors.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking maybe there's a way of making one thinner that would fit through more doors. And then I got a very Rolls Royce of lockpick guns, as far as electric ones. I had a cheap Glom, but now I got one of those ones from Multipick, the Chronos.
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
It looks like a sex aid or something.
Yeah, but those are very, very nice.
I broke one needle in it already, but apparently the needles from the Gloms fit it also, and I'm assuming it's pretty universal. All the snap pick guns and so forth, I think, use basically a similar shaped needle.
Yeah, I think they do.
Oh, and I also saw there was a discount code for 25% off from Southwood stuff, so I may order a bunch of needles from Southwood.
Yeah, I've never had a pick gun. I had these electric scissors I was going to modify at one point because, those little cheapo Chinese electric scissors, you can modify those out, and they just go like this very, very quickly, but never had an official pick gun.
Yeah, I've seen people do some with electric scissors. I've seen someone do things with toothbrushes. This thing's got a lot more vibration to it than I think you could generate from even one of those.
You should share and show.
Well, you can look it up online. This is the Chronos Multipick. I don't want to have my face on camera. I'm not very pretty right now.
Okay. You haven't braided and put beads in your beard yet?
Exactly.
I got you.
Actually, I don't even have a beard right now.
Yeah, you got rid of it.
I'm having this weird skin condition where I'm flaking a lot on the flesh. I need to borrow some of Charles's lotion or something.
The lotion.
Yeah, as long as his daughter hasn't completely wrecked it all.
Well, I mean, if it's your skin, then you might want to try cocoa butter.
Yeah, cocoa butter. What's that J stuff?
You can also bathe in olive oil. That helps.
I'm not Italian.
What is that? Oh, and make sure you find one that's water-based and not oil-based. That oil-based stuff is greasy and disgusting.
Gotcha. Got a little sporing on it because it kind of got, you pull off the flakes and then it's kind of red underneath. It's not nice. So I end up shaving, but sometimes that just irritates things.
Yeah. trying to find what that one crap is called.
And told him beautiful.
Adrian, you are beautiful.
Okay.
It's called like Jaboya or something. Yes, I know. I see you. Thank you for yelling every time I had my headphones on. You're awesome. Yeah.
I think that's not the new one.
That's the older one. Such a brat. Anytime he sees me with the headphones on, it's time to start yelling.
Oh, he's putting on a performance for you.
Oh yes. Let's see. I know there's one thing that has that stuff in it. If I can find it. Does that J stuff sound familiar to anybody? It's like Jaboya or something.
No.
Well, it's not in that one.
Well, Adrian, here's the question: when your skin is just like flaking like dandruff, or are you getting like itchy spots on you that are kind of scabbing a bit?
Yeah, it's scabbing a little bit. It's not exactly so much itchy as I feel the dry skin. I pull it off, but then it's slightly raw underneath.
Is it happening in spots or like all over?
It's happening on my mustache mostly.
Okay. Maybe go to the doc and get checked for psoriasis. It's possible you have that. My wife has that, so I'm familiar with how that works.
This is weird. I'm checking my bank statement and I have a debit from Facebook for $20 for advertising, and I've never ever used their advertising shit. I have to look into this shit.
Sounds like your card got hacked.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and have fun with Facebook, because there's nothing that they will do to refund those funds.
That's only $20.
I would never add PayPal, credit card, nothing to Facebook.
There shouldn't be a credit card added to Facebook. I've never paid for anything with Facebook.
Yeah.
Well, it's because again, your card got stolen, someone else used it. It's Facebook's been really endemic lately with that, where they'll people will hack accounts and they'll use them to hawk counterfeit shit, or they'll create fake accounts just to do that.
Yeah.
It's weird.
And they'll pay to advertise them. I see them a lot, and you report on Facebook, and Facebook don't do shit. So.
Yep.
Yeah. Look into this.
And that stuff I was trying to remember was jojoba oil. Jojoba. That's really good too. Enough about skincare with Irongeek, though.
Skincare with Irongeek.
That's right. Getting you all lathered up on a weekly basis. Okay, Darren, how was your week? Then we'll hit show notes.
Pretty quiet. I actually took the whole week off because I needed some time, take some time off. Yeah, so I'm off the whole week. Yeah. So I haven't really done much except sit on my ass, which has kind of been nice for once.
I didn't take off the week, but most of my coworkers were off, so.
Yeah. So,
how's progress
going good?
With side gig? Yeah.
It's going good. I've got a couple looking for transfers already, so they've hit me up via Ground Broker. So waiting for those things to come in. So minor stuff. And I got someone else who's looking to get 4 handguns. I'm still waiting to hear back from those because it's a really hot item, so it's hard to get them. So it's kind of just going and doing its thing right now. The Hellcat OSP.
Oh, yeah. I did see that the other day. That is nice.
Those are very hot, so.
Yep.
And on a slightly different note, I actually finally got my first IoT device. So it's now the first IoT device I've ever owned is actually
your blender,
a litter box.
Oh, damn it. I was hoping it was going to be a blender.
No. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that because I do have a Nova sous vide cooker, but I haven't hooked it up. So technically that is probably one of my first, but it's not hooked up. Whereas the cat box actually is hooked up. So,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Ah, there we go. Haha.
My old one
open DOS.
Old one crapped the bed, so I had to replace it.
Yeah. So, what kind of automatic litter is it? Like the one that's the big circular one that
it's
rotates around.
Yeah, it's a litter robot.
Okay. Yeah, I have one where I hook a water feed into it.
Oh, you have like the Genie, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, the flushable ones. Yeah, I look at those, but they're kind of pain in the ass.
They are until you modify them. So, so mine is modified, so I don't have to use their sanitary solution crap that is expensive. I don't use their plastic pellet things.
Mhm.
I just buy my own, which is essentially like either blasting media or for 3D printing, like the plastic used for 3D
Okay,
printing.
filament. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Something else I've done to it. I don't remember. But yeah, once you get it to a good place, it's actually a very nice solution. But yeah, it takes some doing to get it to that good place.
Right.
Unless you just want to fork over tons and tons of money consistently and have to keep paying for their proprietary crap, which I'm not a big fan of.
Yeah, that's why I bought the litter robot, because it takes regular trash bags and regular litter. So that shit I can get real cheap. Works fine for me.
Very, very nice. Is there a chat up on YouTube?
Yes.
Oh, because I am not seeing it.
I mean, the only person that said anything was oh, never mind. AP's in there.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
AP. All right.
Hey AP, why can I not see the YouTube chat?
Refresh.
Oh, it's down at the bottom. Is this a new thing or is this like so like normally I see our picture on YouTube and the chat's over to the right. And now I see our picture taking up the whole top just about and the chat is down to the right below the video.
It might be your player settings.
This is just within the web interface, and I haven't changed shit within YouTube.
Are you sure it's on mini player?
It's whatever it's always been. Mini player. Yeah, this is weird. Yeah, I clicked on mini player and it just popped it down to lower right. Let's get. Oh, there we go. Default view. So yeah, I was in theater mode. Huh. I have never once in my life played with these buttons at the bottom of YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you go. I was in theater mode, and now I'm not. Ahoy, sailor, AP. Glad to see you.
What the hell was that?
Okay, we want to hit some show notes.
Oh, okay. It's legit. Before, the Facebook thing. I made a donation to something and forgot about it.
Ah, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, same with donations. I'm done doing that. I am not doing any money through Facebook ever again. They got a very, very long message from me, which I'm sure no human is ever going to read.
Well, we could start the show if you guys want. Like, actually read stuff and talk about it, all that stuff.
Oh, I guess we do actually have an announcement in regard to Turkey Day.
It's Turkey Day tomorrow.
Woo!
Eat your turkey. Eat your ham. Eat everything that's in sight.
And don't forget to consume your greens before you eat everything else. That helps.
Remember to feel bad about the Native Americans, because you have to do that as non-Native American.
That's right.
It's the rule. All right. Moving forward. The Breach Report, my favorite part of the show. Israel, did you put this nursing home gets hit with Ryuk here?
No, but this was one that I would have added. I'm not sure who added the Ruck one. But hackers, there's been systems for 110 nursing homes.
I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah. I think they do utilize a similar back-end system, if not the same back-end system. And I think that back-end system was what ultimately got hit, which is Wisconsin-based IT company virtual. Yeah, confirm
like
hackers.
their MSP got hacked.
Yeah, have used Ruck to encrypt all the data. Oh, that sucks. So that makes me wonder if they only house data for nursing homes, or if they have other clients that we now want to know about too. But the company was hit, and then it encrypted all the data on the hosts.
All the clients.
Yeah, for all the clients.
45 states.
Yeah. 80,000 computers and servers powering care facilities across 45 states. That sucks. But we've talked about Ruck a ton in the past, and will
it gets
more
put on
in
there
the future.
Bot.
Yeah. But yeah, Ruck definitely causes a ruckus. Oh,
I've been saying it like Ryuk. I didn't know how the hell to pronounce it. So
I don't know. I say it as quickly as possible.
Ryuk.
And Ryuk may be right, but I didn't come up with it. So, and two, like with so many of the things, and I've told it on here before. I remember when some of the guys from Offensive Security were doing a talk in regard to Kali, and they said, they put Kali up there. It's like, how do you spell this? I mean, how do you pronounce this? And one guy raised his hand, Kaylee, another person, Kali, another person, Kali, or something,
I say Kali.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, and which is the correct one? And everybody had their little opinion. He was like, see, that's a great part. There's no proper way of saying it. All we care is that you're saying it and that you're using it. So, as with a lot of the ransomware, malware families, and just about everything else outside of GIF versus GIF in IT, you can mispronounce stuff and not look too stupid.
Everybody mispronounces stuff in IT.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
And I intentionally...
You read it. You never make fun of somebody who says a word wrong, because that means they learned that word by reading it.
That's right. And I intentionally say GIF. I've always said GIF. I know supposedly it's supposed to be pronounced GIF, but I refuse to say GIF.
Well, the person who created it says it's GIF, but...
I don't care what the fuck he says.
Exactly.
I recognize the council's made a decision, but the council's made a dumbass decision.
Exactly.
Graphic interchange format. Graphic. GIF.
Yeah. Exactly. So, yes, I will always pronounce it GIF.
So,
okay.
Back to the story.
Next. Yeah, restaurant POS breach. Did I post this one? I think I did. Oh, yeah, so this is kind of a follow-up. We talked about this early October. How were the 4 restaurants? Crystal, Moe's, McAllister's Deli, and Schlotzsky's were compromised. Their POS systems, if I remember right, were...
Yep, I remember this.
The systems exposed. Well, that breach, that data is now gone up for sale. And it includes over 4 million individual credit card details. So I don't know if we quite thought it was going to be that high. I didn't, but it is now up for sale, going to the highest bidder here at some point in the near future.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would not think that it would go up for sale so long ago from a breach that's essentially a few months old. You'd think they would have done it right away, not wait until it was in the news and then release them.
Yeah. Oh, and I did want to go over to AP real quick. He said Kali is an Indian goddess figure, and I totally agree. And if you watch Raiders of the Lost Ark, the Temple of Doom, Indiana Jones says Kali. So
yeah, it is Kali.
Yeah. So I'm...
Damn it, it's Cali. I don't care if it's right or wrong.
Yeah. So
Cali.
Yeah, you could definitely have your own flavor there.
She's like a goddess of death and destruction, isn't she?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, that's right.
Doesn't she have like multiple arms too?
I believe so.
No,
I thought that was Vishnu.
Yeah, you're thinking of Vishnu.
I think Kali does too. I'll look it up.
There's just too many Indian gods to keep up with them.
How many hand jobs can Kali give at the same time? That's how you Google search that, right?
Yeah, that's how I did it. Okay.
I just lost a few Indian followers. Oh, sorry. I'm looking up pictures of Kali just to see. It looks like multiple arms.
Multiple?
Yeah, I'm seeing one picture with only 4 arms. And I'm seeing another one with like 10 and multiple legs.
Yeah, I thought there were more than
Okay,
2
yeah,
arms.
Collie does have 4 arms. Yep, all right.
Ah, Israel was right. And the heavens rejoice.
Yeah, I see all sorts of different drawings with different numbers of arms.
Very.
She's pretty cute for a blue chick.
I don't know. Is she as cute as that Star Trek blue chick?
I have to figure out which one that is.
In the end of the credits, she rolls in the original Star Trek. The blue chick. You can literally Google Star Trek blue chick. She'll probably come up. Next thing we
Star
got
Wars or Star Trek?
Star Trek.
Star Trek, right?
What the hell is Star World?
Wars.
Oh, I thought you said world. I was like Star World. That's
Okay, next up.
that's what I was gonna say.
Okay, I see a cute Andorian.
I see a cute Andorian. Oh, yes, success. That's what I like to see.
Well, that was the blue skin ones with the little, like, I don't know, strange antenna.
Yeah, they were weird. Next up is another article about stuff. T-Mobile has confirmed a data breach affecting more than 1 million of its customers, whose potential data was exposed by a malicious actor. But don't worry, no financial stuff or password data was leaked. Just the name, billing address, phone number, account number, rate plan, calling features, all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, but the one good thing, not necessarily good for those who were impacted, but they have over 75 million customers. And it appears that this was primarily or almost entirely in regard to prepaid customers.
Yep.
So only those who have prepaid plans are is that still a thing, going to like convenience store, getting blocking minutes and okay.
Yes, that's still very big.
Yeah. But so 75 million to 1 million, you're talking about 2%, right? 1.8%, somewhere in that range. Actually, let me see.
Oh, I don't know if you guys listened to Darknet Diaries, but this week's episode was really good. It was about MageCart malware and how they got how they were able to hack the websites and essentially install the JavaScript malware in there. And I just thought it was a really good good episode this week.
Yeah, that would be good. I like his stuff. He does a really good job. But yeah, he went a little more in depth on MageCart though.
Oh yeah, he went really in depth on it and the threat actors behind it and a company one guy who his essentially they spidered pretty much the entire internet and they have a shit ton of data so they can look at back versions of websites and he was able to determine exactly when they got infected and how they got not necessarily how they got infected, but he had different copies of the JavaScript files and he was able to see there's like 17 lines had changed and those 17 lines were what was just stealing the credit card data and sending it to a third party server.
Yeah,
it's good stuff.
Now, was he using just like Archive or another service?
I'm not sure. Give it a listen. Maybe it'll answer that question.
Cool. So just FYI, what I'm doing right now off to the side and working back and forth in between you guys and a couple other things. So there are raid cards that you'll often get in Dells, like the H200s, and there's some others that have the regular Dell firmware on them, but they're just straight raid cards. You can't do like JBot or anything else on them. And so what I'm doing, they are who actually makes the cards.
Is it
LSI?
LSI,
or,
yeah.
Yeah, there's like 2.
Yeah, the LSI cards. And so you can actually get the LSI firmware directly from LSI, essentially stripping the existing Dell crapware off and throwing on the LSI firmware. And for specific applications and purposes, it works really well. Like I'm going to be using the cards for JBOD so that I can take a server that's made to do RAID, but then do just a bunch of disks on it. So then I can do ZFS and do other things like that. So just FYI what I'm doing on the side here.
Cool.
It's still tech oriented. Okay, next up we have some OnePlus customers' data has been stolen. So OnePlus is a Chinese phone manufacturer. I'd say they're probably they're getting pretty high up there. They have a high fan following or crowd following.
I had one of their phones a few years ago. It was pretty good.
Yeah, honestly, I still have one of their phones. But I wasn't gonna dive deep on that. But and I'm not a big fan that they are a Chinese company. I just really, really like the platform. And it's still pretty close to stock Android. It's the closest without being stock Android that you're going to get. But on a post Friday in OnePlus's community forum, company representative said the security team determined an unauthorized party accessed data within certain orders. And this is within OnePlus's web store. So the only data that was accessed was potentially anybody who ordered or purchased anything through their web store. Didn't have anything to do, like if you had bought a OnePlus through your carrier, anything like that, just through the web store. So again, guess where I bought my OnePlus? Oh, wait. Yeah. Guess where I bought my OnePlus? So yeah, I'm going to be part of this. What was the one I just talked about? T-Mobile. Yeah, I would have been there too if it would have gone, more large scale and not just prepaid customers. But they did say they took immediate steps to stop the intruder and reinforce the security. It sounds like they discovered it fairly quickly, which is good because, as most of us know, they've had issues in the past with security. So as long as they did detect it quickly, because guess what? Everybody's going to get breached. If you say you're not going to be breached, that means you're not using a computer system, it's unplugged, and you live in a cave.
With Adrian.
With Adrian, yes.
I thought I always went by the adage, it's not a matter of if, but when.
Exactly. But yeah, eventually you will be breached.
Moving on.
Let's see. Herpaderp. Yes, I like Herpaderp. That's a good one.
Baton. I don't know how to say it. Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge.
Really? Baton?
I don't live there. I don't know this shit. I've never heard this before.
In high school, were you one of those people with a baton with fire on the end, throwing it up in the air?
Never make fun of somebody who mispronounces a word.
I'm sorry. You must be from New York.
I am.
Baton Rouge.
See, that's a typical New Yorker thing right there. Anything outside of New York, it doesn't matter.
Hey, Trez, bless your heart.
Thanks.
Oh, bless your heart. Now, Trez, do you know what "bless your heart" means?
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
kinda. It can mean a lot of things. It can mean a lot of things.
It's usually more on the side of "you poor stupid dumbass."
A lot of it's situational, yes.
Alrighty, moving on. So the governor of that place has declared a state of emergency after a cyber attack. Roughly 1,500 of the state's 30,000 computers were infected with the virus Monday during an apparent cyber attack. The Office of Technology Services told lawmakers that the Joint Legislative Committee on a budget meeting on Friday. Why a budget meeting? That makes no sense. Anyway, the attack forced.
It was probably the first meeting that they had available that had everybody appropriate in the same room.
Yeah. The attack forced the state to shut down a number of state websites and services as a precaution, and some services remain impacted by the next Monday. State officials expect to have services completely restored, including the Office of Motor Vehicles. So they're I don't know why they don't call it a Department of Motor Vehicles, but their Office of Motor Vehicles is down, which is cool. This was a sophisticated and coordinated attack. It was not some malcontent teenager in their parents' basement. Why is that always the go-to? Fucking teenager in their parents' basement.
Don't forget wearing a hoodie and a mask because cybercrime.
With a bunch of ones and zeros flying up behind them.
They've been watching too much NCIS.
I would venture to guess this happened outside the boundaries of the United States. So foreign hackers screwing with them. Of course, they have no evidence of this whatsoever. It could be an employee attack for all they know.
Yeah, pulling that attribution right out their butt.
Yeah. Before state officials opened this Monday, hackers used a valid state login to make unauthorized changes to the state's computer system.
I think somebody got fished.
So too. They
probably did.
He could not confirm how the login was obtained, but says the state has identified which account login the hacker used to plant the virus.
Oh, goody.
So it was ransomware, of course. As it seems to always be nowadays. Nobody just does good old viruses anymore. It's always ransomware. Crypto miners sometimes too. That's not as popular as it was for a little while, but it seems ransomware is the big thing.
Oh no, crypto miners are still
a thing.
Yeah, huge things.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I can
like, tell me, what are your guys' opinion? Would you rather get ransomware or crypto miner?
Crypto miner.
Yeah. Is that the consensus?
I don't know.
If it's ransomware, I got to restore everything from backup, assuming that I have good working backups. Crypto miner, I got to dig through my systems and figure out how the hell they got in and secure them and take out the software, but it's not the same as having to restore everything.
Well, you're going to have to start from backup no matter what you do.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you are going to have to restore, but ultimately, there's usually a lot less downtime with crypto miners. And crypto miners start to show themselves, even though they're usually there longer, just because they go under the radar more. And then you start seeing, Nagu starts nagging about, processor and memory and utilization and stuff like that, or whatever other system resource monitor you have. But yeah, I'd honestly rather have something that is non-destructive than something that is destructive on a system. I mean, because crypto miners, I see those essentially the same as just generalized malware. Just me personally. But then two, we've seen one or two recent families here in the last month or couple months that are initially a crypto miner, but then they also have functionality that if the crypto miner is shut down, that they will then ransomware and encrypt that file system. That is getting very interesting. And hopefully that does not spread all that much, because that could get very destructive very quickly. Like, you let us be on your systems or we just encrypt all your data. Damn it. So you have to be very, very strategic about that one.
All right, and this next story is 220,000 Medicare
leaked under the seat.
Yeah, but it doesn't. The thing is, the article kind of sucks. It doesn't tell you how they got leaked. It's just like, nah. All right, so I'll read it. According to the Center for Medicaid and Medicare, about 220,000 Medicare beneficiaries' card numbers were compromised by an unknown person or organization. The CMS says it's unclear how the breach occurred, but that they're working to remedy the situation and keep it from happening again. So they're not telling us anything other than the cards were leaked and not whose, and this sucks.
Yeah.
So people who are affected will have a new card mailed out to them with a new number. So they'll have to get that all taken care of. Go to all their doctors, tell them their shit's changed.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always a pain in the ass. I hate switching credit cards. That's actually what we should build. And PayPal tries to be that, but they're not, and some of these others, but actually have a legitimate, like, in-between service. Where that service is what pays everything. And then, you have your credit card number within that. So you just have to update one location as opposed to going to everywhere where you have automated payments and this and that.
As a hacker, you just need to hack one location and then you don't need to...
Well, that's the thing. Like with PayPal.
So as you're saying about
you hack
like
PayPal and you get oftentimes a checking account and probably a credit card number at least, maybe more. But something similar to PayPal, but more user-friendly.
So there's this one thing. Have you heard of privacy.com? They
yes.
let you... Oh, okay. I think that's pretty neat, where you can just generate a random credit card number every time you want one and use it for whatever service. So you don't have to give a real credit card.
Yeah, or that's what I was thinking too. Use that exact type of thing where you generate those fake credit cards and then you're still the intermediary. And so I would only have to update my credit card on the back end, and then the individual, and I have a credit card for every different one, through whatever the service is, privacy or whoever, a separate credit card number, doesn't matter, because the only thing we care about being compromised is that back end one.
Yeah. PayPal used to do that. They, if you had a credit account with them, they used to have the offer to spawn a one-time or limited time use MasterCard number. But I guess they stopped doing that because it probably cost them too damn much.
Yeah, I used to use that thing constantly.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, PayPal screwed me a long time ago, but I still use them. They had this thing called PayPal Credit. And I somehow managed to sign up for it without realizing that I'd signed up for it, and it turned it into my default payment method. And anytime I go to pay for something, it would use that instead of my credit card, and it had like 9% interest, and I had no idea this account even existed. So I should have picked up when my credit card wasn't actually getting billed for the things that I bought with PayPal. But I'm a dumbass. So yeah, I had to pay them some money, but I got it fixed. Close that account.
That's good.
So we got some vulnerable stuff in here. I put one of these in. I put some of these in here. So remember when somebody was tweeting on Jack Dorsey's Twitter account, the guy who actually made Twitter? They took over his account briefly and were posting racist and homophobic stuff, and it was a big deal. They found the kid who did it, and he's a minor. And I found this a somewhat interesting read because he was in a hacking group, and they kicked him out of the hacking group. Let me read the thing here. A former member of the Chuckling Squad is presumably not laughing.
The Chuckling Squad. I like that. I want to become a member of the Chuckling Squad.
Well, they have an opening now, so
sweet.
Presumably,
how do I apply? Hey guys, send me a voucher to apply.
Arrested for hacking the Twitter account of Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey. The alleged hacker, who is a minor, is said to be part of a group that used a SIM swapping service to hack into his account in August of this year and send out multiple tweets containing racial slurs. They also tweeted tweeted bomb threats and retweeted anti-Semitic material. The group, known as Chuckling Squad, have claimed responsibility for a number of high-profile social media hacks, including one perpetuated against actress Chloe Grace something or other. The threat group was able to carry out the hack after gaining access to Dorsey's phone number and transferring that number to a new SIM card. Following the hack, Twitter had updated its two-factor authentication so that users no longer have to use their phone number. We applaud the efforts of law enforcement agencies involved in this arrest, said Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office, which manages the Regional Enforcement Allied Computer Team, or REACT. REACT continues to work and assist law enforcement partners in any way we can. We hope this arrest serves as a reminder to the public that people who engage in these crimes will be caught, arrested, and prosecuted. Exactly.
I mean, it's kind of a good thing they actually finally got rid of SMS and their MFA, schema, but kind of a shitty way they go around doing it. But hey, kind of a good thing for everyone else, I guess.
Yeah. Well, you could still tweet by SMS. They had turned that off briefly when some people from Mojave phone booth were doing shit with that. I forget exactly what the whole deal was, but essentially, if you are able to spoof an SMS message to the Twitter number, I think which was 40404, you could still post to somebody's account. You just couldn't read any of their stuff or do anything, but you could post as them just because it looks like it came from them.
Wait, are you saying Twitter turned off multi-factor over SMS?
I am not saying that.
Darren
might have.
It's because I was able to delete my phone number because it used to be for a long time you had to have a phone number on the account, and I think they changed it, so I was able to delete it. So my multi-factor authentication uses Google Auth, so I use that
gotcha.
now.
Yeah, so you're saying there's an option to not use SMS, because I'm fairly certain SMS is still there, but I get what you're saying.
Yeah, from my understanding, the way that happened with Jack's account is...
Hey, Raul showed up.
Yeah, I'm late for dinner. I'm sorry about that.
I know. All the good stuff's already gone. Sorry.
I ate it all!
How far down are we on the notes?
We're done.
Down.
What, like, complete... No, I'm joking.
We're at the top of vulnerable stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. But no, from my understanding on that is... it was a legacy application that they had, and there was no two-factor. So, for instance, you could tweet to a specific, or not tweet, but message a specific number.
Yep.
And it would post. Now, the other gentleman who was speaking, I believe that's Trey. No, you could not receive any information, but you could post.
Yep.
There was no two-factor at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you texted that shortcode SMS number, you were able to post
as that person, because the only way that they checked whose account it was by looking at the phone number it supposedly came from.
Exactly. So if you SIM-jack that person, you're them when it comes to posting.
Right, or you don't even need to SIM-jack them if you are smart enough to be able to send an SMS from any number, which... There are ways of doing that. You can spoof your number that you're SMSing from.
Well, yeah, there's some Indian scammers who know that very well.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, it is fun stuff.
The next thing we have is it's official. Russian-owned company attempted to hack the Ohio election.
Woohoo!
It's official. We have threat attribution. We know this for a fact. Detected Ohio detected.
Reported. It's going to beat that team up. It's going to beat that team up north this weekend.
Not like a good riot.
And we are number 1 now. Thank you.
Woo! Ohio detected and thwarted an election-related cyber attack earlier this month. The state's elections chief said. Republican Secretary of State Frank LaRose said that the relatively unsophisticated hacking attempt on November 5th, which was the election day, originated in Panama, but was then traced to a Russian-owned company. I wonder if they just bought a VPS in Panama and then they were able to determine. Who knows? The roast told the Columbus Dispatch Tuesday that the would-be attackers were looking around for vulnerabilities.
Holy crap! The Columbus. That's a newspaper. Really? News still happens through newspapers? What year is this?
Israel, allow it to happen, please.
Israel, it's Ohio. You're lucky. It's still a newspaper, not Telegraph.
Well, that is true. I mean, I was expecting smoke signals, but come on.
Well, Israel, you're up in a metro area. Now Southern Ohio down there.
Nope. Don't do that. Ooh, that was almost bad.
So it was an SQL injection attack, essentially. So, I mean, if you're running a web server, there's going to be people running SQL map against it all day long. So I guess they must have a SOC, because otherwise they wouldn't have seen it.
They're getting soxy.
Exactly. So that's that story. It's not much of a story, but it's a story nonetheless. And the next thing we have is a hacking group is hacking Docker systems with exposed API endpoints to mine Monero. Well,
why is it always Monero?
It's the easiest.
It's
anonymous.
It's CPU and
yeah, and it was actually designed to really, really be anonymous. We had a discussion about this probably 4 weeks ago, somewhere in there, but it really is just about the perfect system for trying to stay anonymous and keep their illegal activity at bay, under the limelight.
Yeah. So it's almost 2020, and some sysadmins are still leaving Docker admin ports exposed to the internet.
Oh, tons. Get on Shodan, just check it out. There's stupid amounts.
Yep.
And they're not even updated. They're not even like current versions of Docker. You get on vulnerable containers. What is it? Com or org? Vulnerable containers. Vulnerable containers.com. No, let's see if it's a .org. But there's a vulnerable containers site. Yes, vulnerablecontainers.org. Get on there. You can check out just tons and tons of different containers, and you can download them, check them out, and play with them, pen test against them. But if you are not running the most current or maybe one version back of whatever your containerization solution is, you are going to be vulnerable to something.
I can barely contain my excitement.
Yeah.
Exactly. So this article, a hacking group is currently mass scanning the internet looking for Docker platforms that have API endpoints exposed online. The purpose of these scans is to allow the hacking group to send commands to the Docker instances to deploy a cryptocurrency miner on a company's Docker instances to generate funds for the group's own profit. This is a professional organization. This particular mass scanning operation started over the weekend, November 24th, and immediately stood out due to its sheer size. Users of the Bad Packets CTI API will note that exploit activity targeting exposed Docker instances is nothing new and happens quite often. What is that, the CTI API? Anybody hear of that? Bad Packets CTI API? Sounds interesting. I'll look into that later. Chief Research Officer, yada yada yada, doesn't matter. What set this campaign apart was the large uptick of scanning activity. This alone warranted further investigation to find out what this botnet was up to. As others have noted, this isn't your average script kiddie exploit attempt. Mersch, who discovered the campaign, told us there was a moderate level of effort put into this campaign, and we haven't fully analyzed every single thing it does yet. Interesting.
So CTI, computer telephony integration.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hadn't heard that acronym before.
Which means it is probably call center type of stuff or VoIP or something, on those types of lines.
So once the group identifies an exposed host, attackers use API endpoint to start an Alpine Linux OS container where they run the following command. I'm not going to read that command, but essentially it pulls a Docker. It pulls from a Docker. It pulls something from a pastebin type site, which is not pastebin. It's ix.io, and then it pipes it to bash. So it's essentially download this script and run it and set it as executable. It runs a bash script from the attacker's server. The script installs classic XMR rig cryptocurrency miner. In the 2 days since this campaign started and has been active, hackers have already mined 14.82 Monero coins, or XMR, worth about $740. Not bad for 2 days' work, and, it's
Quote
just going to
unquote
keep
work.
growing. Yeah?
Yeah.
It's going to keep growing, so they're going to keep making money until somebody shuts it down somehow.
Yeah.
Looking through this script, we not only see the hackers are disabling security products, but they're shutting down LSO processes associated with rival cryptocurrency mining botnets such as DDG. That's kind of interesting.
It gets really interesting once you have crypto miners that once they land on a system, look to see if there's another crypto miner there, and then forcibly X them out.
See, we just need to make a something that has that functionality without adding another crypto miner and spread that.
Yeah.
So in addition, they discovered a function of the malicious script that scans an infected host for rconfig configuration files, which then encrypts and steals, sending the files back to the group's command and control server. Furthermore, Craig H. Rowland, founder of Sandfly Security, has also noticed the hackers are also creating backdoor accounts on the hacked containers and leaving SSH keys behind for easier access. That's pretty neat. They're actually leaving their keys behind. I wonder if you can track them through their keys. Maybe do like a Shodan search for.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't think not easily.
There's got to be a way.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much somebody who's not on this cast right now,
Yeah, but he's not tracking keys though. I mean, once you get on the system, then you can validate. But if you're doing a web-based scan, you're not going to hit keys like website until you actually jump in and make actual contact with the system.
Yeah. That's true. So for the time being, he recommends that users and organizations who run Docker instances immediately check if they are exposing API endpoints to the internet. If they are, close them and then terminate the unrecognized running containers. That's good advice.
Yeah, if there's other Docker containers that you have no freaking clue about that you never installed and never threw up, you should shut those down.
Or just stop using Docker entirely because it's a giant fucking mistake.
Yeah, Docker is kind of a pain in the ass. I'm not going to argue that one. I did want to point out, too, since we didn't mention it earlier, as well as since those of us who are currently on the cast are the only ones on the show notes right now. If you look on YouTube at Adrian Crenshaw underneath us talking, you will see his icon, the penguin, the muscular penguin, and then down below that is the show notes, docs.google. You can click on that, be able to see what we're talking about. We link to the articles that we're talking about, and if you want to look into those further, you can see that there. Back to you guys.
The next thing we have is the weekly bulletin.
Oh yes, which is so exciting. And this one
packed full of vulnerabilities.
Yes, and this actually is vulnerabilities. Because up in vulnerable stuff, I put in parentheses some not vulnerable, just dumbassery at its finest.
Two for Chrome if it's an old version of Chrome, like 54 and below.
So these are actual vulnerabilities. We try to post it here on a weekly basis to make sure everybody is aware of what is fresh and what's currently happening out in the world of you're getting owned. So if you are a sysadmin, a network admin, a security admin, any type of admin, or have your own home lab, or have anything to do with the security posture of your organization, check it out. If your systems are on there, try to be aware. Try to make an automated system for finding which of your internal systems are compromised or are patched or not patched, and try to keep those systems up to date.
Patch all the things.
Yeah, that's pretty much the sentiment.
I actually almost got laid off from a job once for pushing out some patch management stuff that broke an old legacy application that relied on an old version of Java that I overwrote with a new version of Java. So I secured the systems, but their shitty program wouldn't work with that new version of Java.
And all that bullshit crap that was built on Java that Java was never created to be able to support. There were HR applications, finance applications, all kinds of crap was built off of Java, and it was all crap. And anytime you did Java updates, stuff was going to break. It was just poor practice from the get-go, and people continued to allow it and do it. So we've gotten past a lot of that, thankfully, but in a lot of larger organizations, that still exists.
For sure.
I hate Java apps. Just complete crap.
So, according to the next thing we have here is this death ransom stuff. Okay. So.
Yeah, let me see. I threw this on here.
Oh, you put this on here. Okay.
Yeah.
So you read it.
Yeah. So this one was kind of interesting because these guys were trying to portray that with this death ransom that this was ransomware and blah, blah, blah. So what it initially did, let me see. It pretended to encrypt users. Oh. So the files, all it did was it added WCTC extension onto the file name. So if you had an executable or a dot XLS or a doc or whatever, it just appended and put WCTC at the end, and that was it. All you had to do was remove WCTC, or you could have even went in and said, "Hey, Microsoft Word, open a WCTC," and your document would have opened. And so they've actually upped their game now, and they are actually starting to encrypt data. So,
be right back.
Okay. So where before it was just a laughing stock, and poor guys thought they could encrypt something by adding the extension to the end. Yeah, now they actually are starting to encrypt data. So that's why. Huh?
So they graduated from computer science 3 class.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure my 2-year-old just changed an extension here recently. So yeah, maybe it was my 2-year-old. I need to be making more money. If he's over here getting some death ransom, I need to get in on that one. Oh my goodness, some people are just stupid, straight stupid. I mean, there's so many better ways of doing it than changing an extension and trying to make people think that they actually have real ransomware. What is on here next? Google Dyers. 4 staffers after protest. Oh, probably fires. Let's change that to an F. There we go. Google fires 4 staffers after protest, accusing them of data security breaches. Uh-oh, I don't know about this one. It's CNBC. Google says they've terminated the 4 employees for clear and repeated violations of the company data security policies, saying they shared sensitive information, including medical appointments and other meetings. It sounds like they had their medical appointments on their calendar and then shared their calendars out. Terminations come after employees held a rally Friday in protest of what they claim were retaliatory investigations. Have you guys heard anything about this? Because I haven't. So, first, Bloomberg. Google doesn't want to comment further. I can't believe it. Oh, wait. Why are they talking about U.S. Customs and Border Protection? 20 Google Rivers, another indefinite for allegedly sharing sensitive information.
A buddy of mine shared an article about this, and his response was pretty much kind of what I thought was along the lines of, so Google doesn't know how to properly secure data? Yeah, sure, okay.
Well, I mean, that's our expectation, is just that they don't.
Deport all the Canadians.
Trez is back.
Trez, you back?
I'm back.
Oh, yeah, you just said that. You kind of sound like Capricorn tonight, which is weird.
I'm
so
working
what
on
was?
it. It's my infosec voice. I'm developing it.
Yeah, you're not going to have it fully until you have like a 8-inch beard, though. So with the CNBC one and Google, what was the big part of this?
All right, so the big part was these guys 2 of them were involved in the actual protests, and they were very big people in the protests. The other 2 not as involved with the protests, but all 4 of them got canned at the same time for supposedly leaking, not leaking data, but it was a data security breach because they accessed data that they shouldn't have been accessing relating to other employees at the company.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that is funny.
It sounds fabricated to me.
A reason to fire them, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah, and they have this tweet on here from Rebecca Rivers, whoever she is. I was just informed by @Google that I am being terminated. Pfft, good job. Congratulations. I'm glad that was tweetable.
Well, the
protesters, tweet the most dumbass things.
The protesters were actually making it a condition of them ending their protest that the people who were fired be reinstated.
Huh.
They didn't get that, but that's
really funny. Like, where's Google? Are they Silicon Valley area? They are, right?
I don't know.
Yes, they're in Mountain View.
Yeah. So, you just got to think, okay, we're protesting, blah, blah, blah. We're Google employees. Hey, guess who's going to get axed next? Because guess who wants your paycheck? Everybody else.
Right.
So, bye-bye. You are expendable. And everyone is expendable. You can be replaced. I don't care who you are. You can be replaced.
So, I just saw you have on here Kali undercover mode. I haven't read it yet, but as somebody who works in a SOC, I just want to mention one thing. We pick up Kali because of the apt stuff, like apt get update shit, and just like we see it.
Well, you can do that.
That's how we see it.
You mean specific ones within?
That's the
Kali.
The signature for Alien Vault to pick up Kali or Kali is essentially just looking for that activity where it goes to look for updates, and when it goes to look for updates, that throws the alarm that somebody's using Kali.
Well, but is it also taking that against a specific repo though too? Or
I think it's just looking for the default ones.
You can do that in Ubuntu, Debian. I mean, shit ton of stuff you can do in apt-get.
But it's the repo. It's the website it's hitting.
But it is the repo.
Yeah, it's the repo.
Yeah, and again, if you're a pen tester, always update your shit before you are on site.
Well, I think it automatically goes out there and looks for shit. It shouldn't, but that's we see it sometimes.
I have known some people who have done theirs while they were on site in the middle of a test and got popped due to it.
Yeah, because I mean, for the most part, businesses will run they'll run Red Hat or they'll run.
AP said my wheelchair runs Kali.
Kali does.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh, but in regard to this one though, the undercover mode. So once you enable it, it makes it look like a Windows desktop. And a Windows screen. And the link that I put through in here, you can see an example of it. It looks like the standard Windows folders and their icons and all that crap. But, it's not. It's still Kali. You can still run all your regular stuff. It just looks like, I'd say more like a Windows 7. Not really Windows 10.
Well, it kind of looks like Win 10. I'm looking at it.
I mean, like the icons and stuff, yeah. But the actual, whenever you click and, it doesn't have the search down at the lower left, things like that you expect to see in Win 10.
No, it looks pretty much like Windows 10. Looks like by install on my laptop.
Yeah, but
it
whenever
looks a lot closer than Kali default looks.
Oh, well, yeah.
I mean, if you were walking past a desktop that looked like that, you wouldn't give it a second thought.
Yeah, you would think it was But I still like having that little search bar down there. That's what I use for everything in Windows. Like if I'm opening command, CMD, pop, that is my little thing.
Just hit Windows key R and you'll be set.
No. Control panel, CONT, enter. Or I just bring up, the, crap. What's it called? The, just the file manager for Windows. Explorer. Yeah. Just bring up Explorer and I just start typing stuff up in the address bar. But yeah, I thought this was cool. Could be beneficial, especially if you, are walking through an environment, physical pen test, you sit down and all of a sudden now you have what looks to be Windows up on your screen as opposed to, Kali with all your other crap in the background. But still being able to run all your regular commands and tools with the appearance of it being on Windows. That's pretty nice.
Yeah. So I was looking at the chat and AP was talking about Kali still on his wheelchair, and he said it's called Rolling Thunder. It's strapped to the back of his chair, and it works on an RPI 3.
That's nice.
Yeah, I like it. What else do we have? We skipped one because that was my fault. But the Facebook judge won't let 29 million users seek damages for the hack. Well, the article pretty much is the title. Judge ruled that they are allowed to seek a lawsuit, but not for monetary gain, which is what the hell is the point of a lawsuit without being able to get money from it? So
yeah, it's not like they're going to shut Facebook down.
Yeah. The judge barred the user who filed the suit from pursuing damages on behalf of others for identity theft credit monitoring because plaintiff Stephen Adkins had incurred zero out-of-pocket expenses as a result of this breach. So that's that. Did not get money. No money for
Man,
you.
Stephen should have tried harder.
He should.
Well, I mean, that's almost like the Equifax breach. Originally, there was monetary damages in it, but there were so many people who joined in on the class action. Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it went from $125 to 23 cents. And the lawyers are each getting like 20 mil. It makes no sense.
Well, class action is a son of a bitch.
Yeah.
No, it's a some
bitch.
Hey, why isn't Ruth on here?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
I saw her over on YouTube land earlier.
Yeah, she may be on YouTube land. She has never been a vocal participant. If you all feel like she should be, she will. But
well, yeah.
Ruth, you alive, Ruth? No, Ruth.
I'm getting ready to get a WhatsApp message from her saying, "Oh, they're talking about me."
Why are they harassing me? What have I done?
Hey, it's what I do.
No, she's in the other room right now.
It went very, very quiet.
And I'm pretty sure she's listening because she sent me a message about undercover mode in Cali that Jose Quinones tweeted about. So,
sorry, I just put my headphones back on. What'd you just say?
I said that I'm pretty sure that she's listening because she just sent me a message.
Oh, yeah, she is. Because I saw her here on YouTube. She put here.
yeah, and she just did that on WhatsApp too.
Ruth, you're one of our favorite people.
You just made AP feel bad because you didn't say he was one of our favorite people.
Well, he's one of our favorite people too.
But you didn't say it.
Well, he already knows that.
Ah, okay. As long as he knows.
Yeah, AP knows we got the love.
It's like advanced placement, you know.
AP is definitely advanced placement.
So we've ran out of show notes. There's no longer anything there. We're done. Out of stuff to talk about. It's because I didn't spend like an hour making show notes this week. I just added a few things. So.
Yeah, I had some time, but not a ton of time.
Next week, I shall add hundreds and hundreds of things to the breach report, and we will be talking about them all day and night.
Yeah, we may have to have that because my next Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be crazy, so I may not have any time on the back or prior for notes. But we'll see. I may have some time here and there.
It's all good. I steal stuff from. We have like a group chat in Teams at work, and I hate Teams, but I steal the stuff that we post in the InfoSec News channel, and I put it in our stuff, and I do the vice versa. I take our stuff and put it in theirs. So either way, I'm winning.
Hey, you could also look at my website.
You have a website?
No, we're not on camera.
You should get on camera real quick.
No.
But yes, I do have a website. That's just straight InfoSec News.
You got a real pretty mouth, boy. Get on camera.
Well, that's not me. It's not me. It's Ruth. She was the one. She's like, "We're not on camera, are we?" I'm like, "Nah,
not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Well, wait till we stop. Wait till we stop broadcasting."
I'm cooking dinner, so I'm a little distracted. Where are we at in the notes?
We finished them.
Yeah, we finished them. We're chit chatting now.
We went through all the notes. We talked about all the things.
Well, in that case, I'm going to disconnect us from YouTube. Everybody have a happy Turkey Day, and
keep your pants strong.
Hopefully, see you next week.
Bye.
Unless we're all dead.
Later.
And always have a can of air.
Enjoy your turkeys.
Yes,
Eat the turkeys.
Good night.
Turkeys
They're
are
yummy.
good.
Eat them.